Hey fucks, Mad Mike here, and it is time to count down my favorite albums of 2022. Not gonna waste any time on this video, so let's fucking get to it. I got shit to do. Let's start with our honorable mentions. Alright, so that's it for my honorable mentions. Be sure to check those albums out. And now, it is time to give you my top 10 favorite albums of 2022. Grindcore attacked the year 2022 with the blistering white-hot fury of 1,000 exploding suns, and Cloud Rat's latest effort is one of the biggest examples of that. This album is a 15-track, 30-minute-long bombardment of your senses that leaves you with your face rearranged and your pants soiled. It doesn't break any new ground as far as Grindcore is concerned, but it's a well-performed, well-executed album that delivers exactly what you ordered. Spaghetti westerns meet thrash metal?
Shut up and take my money!
This album was one of my biggest surprises of the year, as Spirit World may have given us a new genre, Red Dead Redemption Core. The band takes one of those old western tales of blood, death, gunslinging, whiskey, lawlessness, and more gunslinging, add a backdrop of hard-riffing thrash, and give us one of the most well-presented albums of the year. These guys are quick rising stars in this scene, and as a western fan myself, I hope they make nothing but western-themed metal in the future. Mike Patton and Dave Lombardo, together at last.
Well, actually, Mad Mike, they're in other bands, you know?
Yes, I know they're also in Phantomus and Mr. Bungle together, but it doesn't make their collaboration on this album any less awesome. These guys show off their best hardcore punk chops in this one as they deliver us a giant dick punch worth of chaotic grooves, eerie dissonant hooks, and a surprisingly angst-fueled tone for people in their 50s. I know I was mean to Mike Patton in my joke video made to purposely piss everyone off, but this record is proof that there's nothing he can't do. What in the blackened hardcore punk fuck is this? This album. I don't even know what the fuck was going on in this band's brain, but I want more. On paper, this album really shouldn't work. Combining the satanic evil stuffiness of black metal with the in-your-face give no fucks attitude of hardcore should be a total mess. But somehow, Devil Master pulled it off with this one. They've taken what they've been able to do and harnessed it into one of the most unique sounding records of the year. The production of this album is also extremely old school sounding, but in the best possible way. It gives the album an atmosphere that a more professional sounding production would probably be lacking. Yes, I, Mad Mike, have a metalcore album on my top 10 of the year list.
You have become the very thing you swore to destroy.
I know. I have now become a sellout to all of you, but it's not without good reason. Rollo Tomasi is the most underappreciated act in metalcore right now. The directions they take with the genre are unlike anything any other band in the scene is doing. In this album, they combine traditional metalcore with prog elements, shoegaze, mathcore, and a slight dab of nu metal to create what is, in my opinion, the best metalcore album of the year. And why is that? Because no matter how weird it gets, the songs still kick massive amounts of ass. So I reviewed this album early on in the year. I really liked the album, and it's only gotten better as the year has went on and I've listened to it more times. Comeback Kid is one of the best acts in hardcore right now, and they deliver us with yet another fun, entertaining, badass album. A lot of what I had to say about this album was already said in my review. You can check it out on my channel, so I'm not going to repeat myself, but this is my favorite hardcore album of the year. Another year, another pop metal album at number 4 on my list.
Well, actually, Mad Mike, this album is electronic core.
Okay, duly noted. So anyways, this pop metal album is definitely not the best metal album of the year, but it is definitely the most entertaining. And I know this opinion is controversial, but sometimes I like to be entertained when listening to music. I know, I'm a poser now and all that shit, but I don't care. I like what I like. You don't like it, piss off. So anyways, this band is so fucking fascinating. It's like if A Day to Remember, Rammstein, and Ninja Sex Party hooked up in a back alley and swapped cocaine off each other. They take all of that influence, throw in a pinch of self-awareness and an inability to take themselves seriously, and what you have is arguably the most fun album of the 2020s so far. Electric Callboy might have given us their masterpiece here. Holy fuck! This is the best grindcore album I have probably ever heard. Granted, I've never been an aficionado on the genre, but goddamn, after listening to this, I might have to be one. The best part about Hiss is while it is grindcore at its core, it still turns the genre on its head just enough to keep you going, that's interesting. All while banging your head at the same time. The starts and stops, the time changes at the right moments, the songs never overstaying their welcome, and the insane vocal performance from Arif Rot lead to an album that feels like a freight train on the edge of derailing for 33 fucking minutes. Oh, and god damn, that violin is sexy as fuck. Deathcore, meet your new master. This album blew me away earlier in the year, and it's had enough staying power for me on repeated listens to be at number 2 on this list. Elegy takes the best parts of deathcore, death metal, symphonic metal, throws it in a can, shakes it, and it explodes into one of the most beautiful and elegant sensory overloads of the year. One highlight of the album is Ben Dover's vocals. This guy can reach low gutturals like no one else in the business right now, and it adds a perfect layer of brutality over all the beauty going on behind him. I have no problem calling this my second favorite album of the year. And now, Mad Mike's number 1 album of 2022 is... I reviewed this back in February, and I thought it was a masterpiece then, and that thought has not changed one bit. Erebos gets better for me with every listen. The following statement is no exaggeration from me. Venom Prison is the best death metal act in the world right now. To me, and this is a certified Mad Mike moment, they are the Unleash the Archers of death metal. What they do is familiar enough to keep the old guard happy, but they take the genre in new, very experimental directions in the best possible way, all while while not letting the songwriting suffer. Anyways, I'm not gonna spend more time on this number one because I already reviewed this album and you can find my more in-depth thoughts in this video right here, but I want to close by saying that this band is unfucking believable. This album is a 10 out of 10 for me, and Larissa Stupar is one of the best vocalists in all of metal right now. And that is my list, everyone. Oh, and by the way, my pick for worst album of the year is Motionless in White's Scoring the End of the World. It's an unlistenable piece of Ebola-filled cringe that goes full metalcore and reminds me why I hated that genre for such a long time. Fuck that fucking album right in the fucking ass. So anyways, do you agree with my list? Do you disagree? I don't really give a fuck. I'll see you in my next video where I talk about the most mid albums of 2022. Bye, fucks.